Josh and Matt here with the Alpha and Omega Survival School. Today we're doing some field testing on the Schrade SCHF2SM Extreme Survival Knife and the Super Tool 300 by Leatherman. Stick around. Okay, so our first test is going to be batoning. This knife is advertised to be able to baton. I have had some comments saying that because it is hollow handled, not full tang, that it is not for batoning and that it will break. Now, I do believe that with the cheaper knives, as far as the plastic handled ones that are bolted in the handle, I think this one will do a pretty good job from what I've seen and heard about it. So we're going to test it here just to prove or disprove that fact. Now, I would not recommend doing this on big pieces of wood. I have a big piece to show you. I guess in an emergency you could do with it, but I would use this more for smaller wood, and then the bigger wood just lay by the fire to let it dry out before you throw it on there. So this is batoning with the SCHF2SM. Can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so as you can see, we have a perfectly split piece here. This is good for, you can split it again, smaller sticks used for tinder, kindling, whatever you need. Obviously this knife does a fine job. Didn't even scuff up the coating. And then you just go back in and resharpen it. Didn't curl the edges or anything. Now, you wouldn't want to use a piece of wood like this. With this piece of wood, I would lay this beside the fire for a while and let it dry out, and then throw it on just as it is. All right, guys.
Now we're gonna make a feather stick with the Schrade knife.
All right. This is a hollow ground knife. It's perfect for making feather sticks. So we're gonna do that with the piece of wood that I just split. Battery doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
So basically the feather stick is good for using for kindling and tinder on a fire. You expose all the surface area to the flame or to the spark.
You like hold it up a little bit so they can see that part.
So there's the feather stick. I'm not going to go all the way, but you get the gist of the idea. Exposes all this to the spark and hope you get a fire going quick. I would recommend using pine or cedar, some kind of evergreen with some good sap to help you get this started.
Now we're gonna do some testing with the Leatherman Super Tool 300.
Alright, so we're going to test a couple different things here with the Leatherman. We're going to look at the file, the knife, and the saw. First up we're going to do is the saw. Now I had previously noted in one of my videos that the saw blade looks kind of flimsy. It's a lot thinner than the other blades. I would have liked to have seen a thicker spine on the saw, but we're going to see what it'll do. We're going to just look at these two small pieces here, because I wouldn't really saw anything bigger than that. Gotta get a grip on it first. Well, not too much effort. First time the saw's been used. And like I said, I wouldn't cut through much more with this saw than that. It's just for small things. Probably wouldn't go any bigger than this stick. This is about as much as I would want to try and cut through with this. Personally, I like the saw on the Huntsman, the Swiss Army knife, a little bit better than this one. About the same size. I think it's a little bit more efficient. So now we're going to look at the knife blade.
Do you know how to turn this easier? Because it's having trouble turning sometimes.
Okay, so we're just going to take some shavings here. Hollow ground knife blade. To be honest with you guys, this will get any job that this is meant for done. It's pretty sharp out of the box. When I pulled it out of the box, it would shave the hairs off my arm. Not the sharpest it could be, but for a multi-tool, this is more than enough. No problem at all taking shavings. Okay. Now we're going to go to the file. What I like about this file is it has the wood and the metal filing, and it also has filing on the edge to use for grooving. That's what I like most about this, because if I'm going to build snares, traps, stuff like that, it's always good to be able to make grooves for you to tie rope around it. So we're going to make some grooves. Nothing to it. Just a nice deep groove that you can tie vine or rope or string or anything that you need to around that. Alright, I'm happy with this so far. Very happy. I need to wash that later. Well guys, that's about it with this. Maybe I'll do some screw driving tests and some plier tests in the future. But that's the Leatherman Super Tool 300.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and also check out the Bible verse in the description box below. Thanks.